What's going on, Laker fans? Welcome to Lakerland. I am Christian, Mr. All the Above, ENT here, and we did it! We finally did it, and I'm not talking about winning because we've won a few. But no, we finally did a trade. We did a move. I'm going to be honest. I was questioning if it was ever going to happen. But we did something, and now it's not like a blockbuster move. No, we did not land a all-star. No, this piece that we just acquired probably isn't the saving grace of our season. But hey, we did something. So, round of applause. Let's make sure everybody gets their praise. Rob, Jeannie, Clutch, LeBron. The Rambuses ran by. We did a trade. Let's get right into it, guys. We're going to talk about the trade we just made, the newly acquired Laker. And we'll also talk about, well, we did a trade, but what do we do now? And, where can we really take this? And I also want to cover a few of the games that just happened. Let's get right into the trade first, though. Kendrick Nunn. Adios. Him and not first round picks, never. 3 second-round picks along with Kendrick Nunn is now heading towards Washington as we acquired Rui Hachimura. I want to say I'm saying the name correctly. Now, if you guys have no idea who he is, and let's be real, you played on the Wizards, so, a lot of people might not be too familiar. But Rui is, he's a wing. You passed the test, Rory. Welcome to the Lakers. At the end of the day, that's really what I view it. We traded for a very, very young, athletic, a wing that possibly definitely can bring some things that the Lakers need. And that's simply because the Lakers need anybody that is over 6'6", or preferably 6'7", 6'8". So Rory clears that bar. He's a wing. He's coming from the Washington Wizards. Mid-range guy, but he can extend his range just a little bit. He's not like the greatest three-point shooter of all time. I don't know how his defense is. Just kind of looking at his stats, very, very surface level, I know. I still got to look at, I got to do a little bit deeper of a dive, check out some highlights, check out, in general, maybe what some Washington Wizards fans have to say about the man. But Rui Hachimura is going to be a young piece, a so far cheap piece, and he's going to fill a position that we need. And we're giving up a guard who Kendrick Nunn played himself out of the rotation. He was slowly working his way back in, but that was really just in the absence of Lonnie and Austin Reeves. So we give up Nunn and we give up 3 second-round picks, and we get a wing who's not only young, who's not only a wing, but he also can fit our books, possibly, for the next few years, which that part of the deal excites me more than anything. I think this is a correct business decision, as well of the fact that it's a move this is the move that you make when you want to better yourself around the edges. And this is one of the moves that I said in a previous video, we kind of need some base hits right now. This is very much so a base hit. It is as single as a single can be. Maybe a double, just because we got rid of a guard and we actually got some size. But this is a base hit. This is definitely something that you look at the Lakers depth chart, and we need this. We need a wing. Now, I hope we have more wings coming. Again, I don't expect this to be our saving grace, but it is a position that has been screaming for love. And, Juan Toscano-Anderson and Troy Brown have been doing their best. But I really do think Rory might be better than both of those two guys. We'll have to see it to believe it. I'm very much so looking forward to him joining the team. And in general, this is a guy that has shown a lot of prospect. And he has good, as far as like a frame goes, he has a good frame. He has a decent skill set that fits the roster. We would probably want a dead-eye shooter in a perfect world. He's not that. He hasn't taken much threes this year from what it seems, but we take what we can get. And right now, I am not too mad at it. Now, the cost of 3 second-round picks, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I saw somebody say that Rob is setting the market, and this is one of the first trades that has happened. When I say this year, I mean really, I think I might be right in saying this year because it is a brand new year. But, every team is asking for a lot right now, and I feel like this could be a good market setter in the sense of, okay, well, that's what he went for. Where's everybody else value at? Yes, I probably would have preferred if it was maybe 2 second-round picks. That would have made me feel a little better about myself, especially because Washington probably wasn't going to keep the guy. They got a whole log jam at that position. Same way we have a log jam at the guard. So, trade one for the other. I would have preferred probably 2 picks. But that kind of goes into what I want to talk about now, which is we're not done, I would hope. I hope. And if we are not done, what do we have left to work with? Obviously, we have the first-round picks, the 2 first-round picks. I believe it's, 27 and 29. Don't quote me on that. But we have 2 first-round picks that are tradable, emphasis on tradable. And then we have a levy of other second-round picks. But now, that emptied our hand of second-round picks a little bit. So any, possible sprinkling of second-round picks will hurt us a little bit. And granted, we could buy our way into that. But yeah, now we're really just left with the first-round picks, and we don't have the Nunn contract anymore, who was, for what it was worth, one of our higher-paid players. So what do we have left to work with? There has to, guys, Rob, we need at least one more move. This was a great move to get marginally better. This was a great move for that. We traded Nunn. That doesn't hurt us. We got Roy. Even if he can... Listen, if he can give me the 13-5 that he's giving Washington, praise to God. I love it. I'll take it, especially at that position. But he's not, in my opinion, he's not a starter-level caliber wing that's going to put you over the edge. He's not that. He can probably be a great asset to utilize off the bench. I mean, our bench can definitely be, it's looking like an all-Washington unit with Thomas Bryant, Russ, and Roy now. And obviously, that's if, AD comes back at the 5 and not the 4, because maybe Bryant slots up. But, it's going to get interesting exactly how we utilize him. I picture him coming off the bench, which means I still would like to trade for a starter-level player. Now, who is that player? Pick a name. Gary Trent Jr., Bojan Bogdanovic, OG Anunoby, any wing that can, one, knock down a 3. You have to knock down a 3. Like, dead-eye knock down a 3, I'm hoping. Which is where I say Gary Trent, I say Bojan. And then preferably play some defense. Now, if you can do one and not the other, maybe I can, maybe we can let you slide. But we need another wing. We need a starter level caliber wing, and I'm not really in the camp of we need another center. In order for us to be successful, AD has to be healthy, and if AD is healthy, we're fine on the center because we have Bryant. Now, if AD's not healthy, I don't even want to think of this season. But AD should be coming back. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So yeah, we need another starter level wing. And we have to trade for that. So what do we have to trade for? We really just got 2 picks, maybe some second rounders. I don't want to, overuse the second rounder card a little too much. Especially, I don't think second rounders are going to get the job done for a starter level. You're going to need a sprinkle of a first round in there. And then as far as players goes, well, that's where it gets interesting, guys, because over the course of Lonnie being down and Austin being down and AD even being down, players have stepped up for the most part. So we don't really know what our team looks like with all of our players playing good. Dennis has played a lot better he just had a rough stretch. But Dennis has played better. Thomas Bryant has played better since AD's been gone, at least. The emergence of Troy Brown. Pat Bev has improved majorly. Even Russ has definitely had some better moments. But we can't keep this whole roster, and we still have that, even with Nunn gone, we still have a log jam of guard. So you would think that a guard is going to go. And, I would love to just throw Patrick Beverley's names out there. just because of the contract size alone and because I saw what he did in the beginning of the season. So I really have a bitter taste in my mouth for Patrick Beverley. But at the end of the day, the reason why I wanted Patrick Beverley on the team was on display against Portland. My watch works okay right now. I love Damian Lillard. His watch did not work yesterday, and that can be credited to Patrick Beverley. And I'm not gonna, say let's keep Patrick Beverley now, because ultimately, if that's the needle mover, unfortunately he's gonna have to go. But the reason we acquired him, he served that purpose yesterday, and he can maybe serve a purpose come playoff time. So if you don't trade Pat Bev, now you're in a real difficult spot because all your other contracts are minimums. Now, Lonnie Walker's getting paid a little bit more than that, so would you want to trade Lonnie? Like, I don't feel good about giving away Pat and then, keeping Pat and then giving away Lonnie. That doesn't make my soul right. But is it a fit thing? Maybe Lonnie's fit isn't as good as Pat. I wouldn't even like to say that. So it's gonna get tricky. Austin Reeves, he's untouchable. At least you would have to really, really sell me if you want me to get rid of Austin Reeves. And then Dennis he's been good. I don't think he's going. Russell Westbrook, that would have to be a blockbuster trade. I don't think he's going. So our options are pretty limited. Rob Pelinka's definitely going to have to get creative. He's going to have to get tricky. I don't have any faith in him whatsoever, but I don't even know. I kind of want to talk about that for just a brief second, because I thought about this the other day. And how much time we got? I could shit on Rob Pelinka for 20 minutes, but I won't do that. I was just thinking about all the players he signed, and all those players should be, at least in my opinion, valued more than what they are paid right now. And granted, he constructed a roster that ultimately didn't work, and this roster was, in my opinion, probably better off doing the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade right before the season. It just made more sense construction-wise. But as far as free agent signings, a lot of them were good signings. I mean, Walker, good signing. Troy Brown, Juan Toscano Anderson, that's all minimums. Bryant was a minimum, and that's a good signing. Dennis Schroeder, a minimum, that's a good signing. And you can even go back to his previous years. Besides that old-ass squad we had last year, I don't know what the hell what he was thinking. But he signed a good value of talent. He just didn't construct it properly because the positions, and because we had no forwards. We didn't have anybody that can actually guard a 3 or a 4. Apparently that was supposed to be Patrick Beverley, or just a misuse of roster, a whole misuse of talents. But he made the right value moves. So I think he understands value, if anything, and I hope that he can get creative and tricky moving forward, because we do need one more move, Rob. We need one more move. Like I said, Gary Trent, Boyan, OG. Now, do you give up both first picks? I don't think that's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. I see him only giving up one. Maybe you can squeeze in some 1 or 2 more second rounders. I think that's the farthest he's gonna take it. I do not. Maybe we give up. And it would hurt my soul just a little bit, but maybe we give up like a Max Christie. And if that's the case, realistically, was Christie a first rounder? If he wasn't a first rounder, he was a very early second. Realistically, that's like a first round pick. And Christie has played some good minutes. I would consider that guy a first round pick. So yeah, Christie and a first round pick, to me, that's 2 first round picks. Maybe that's just my mental math, and I'm not a GM. I'm not a president of basketball operations. I don't know anything. But what I do know is that the Lakers have been looking better. We have been competing, and not only that, we have been competing and slowly but surely attaching a few W's to it as well. Because listen, guys, I feel like we all share the same pain. We were tired of watching that same movie of us staying competitive to ultimately disappoint. And literally, I've seen the same movie over and over again. Last year was a disaster movie. We didn't even want to compete in the second half. But this year, we've been getting my hopes up. Boston Celtics, we're going to have a win. No, we don't. 76ers, we're going to have a win. No, we don't. Trailblazers, the first time, we're going to have a win. No, we don't. The list shall continue, and it can continue, but the Grizzlies, somehow, some way, we won. Blazers, I only saw the second half. First half, I dedicated some time to my girl. We watched some Last of Us the moment it dropped, and then I was like, all right, cool, let's get to the second half of action. I was like, whoa, we're down 25. Literally, I wiped my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this doesn't happen to this team. We haven't got blown out at all this year. Not much. I think we might have got blown out to the Raptors, but honestly, Raptors have been our kryptonite for some time. Give us some wings, please, Raptors. You have too many of them. But we were getting blown out, and I was like, oh shit, I'm like, the team hasn't been like this. And we're coming off of a good, win against the Grizzlies. Shannon Sharp you're a good man, Shannon. But I was disappointed. And then the second half that I watched, which I only saw the second half, we played perfect basketball. I don't know what the hell happened in the first half, but what I watched, I was like, you guys are playing amazing. Everybody was doing their role. Everybody was playing defense. Everybody was competing hard. And we shut down Damian Lillard. I've seen Damian Lillard crap on us for 6-7 years straight. I've seen him say it was Dame time, and it was Dame time. The watch was working. But yesterday it didn't. And, I like what Juan Toscano said in the locker room, what it was reported. I believe Darvin Ham said it. And he was like, yo, let's compete. And Juan Toscano Anderson was, hey, let's win. And that's why that whole, I'm not going to rehash it, but the Russell Westbrook, let's have fun. I don't want to have fun. I want to win. We had fun. I hope we didn't have fun losing, but I hope you guys had enough fun losing. I want to win some games. And with AD coming back, who's looking like he's coming this week, which is going to be important. With Walker hopefully coming back soon. Reeves hopefully coming back soon. Hachimura on the way. We have some potential. And maybe we have a little bit of a bright light. And plus, I think we're the 12th seed now. I know it sounds pitiful to say that we're happy about the 12th seed. But either way, like there's definitely some wiggle room, and we just gotta keep wiggling. So Lakers, do not stop here. We made one move. Trade deadline is in a little less than 2 weeks, I believe. We need to make at least one more. Just get a little better. I think we got a little better with this trade. With AD coming back, we get a lot better. With Walker Reeves coming back, we get better. With another trade, let's get better. That is my hope right now. I am still very, very hopeful of this season thus far. There has been times this season where I have felt defeated. And I have felt like, okay, you could just toss this in the trash. But LeBron hasn't gave up. He's still playing at a very, very high level. Our role players are showing that they're willing to compete, which is all we can ask from them, especially for the value we're paying them. And AD is going to come back, and hopefully he can stay healthy and remain healthy and compete at the level he was competing at. And, with some adjustments, with Roy on the way, with possibly another trade to come, maybe Lakers can do something. Again, we beat the Grizzlies. Did we deserve that win? I don't know. But the Grizzlies, I would probably say, are the best team in the West, and we beat them. Haven't beat the Celtics. We got pretty damn close. We should have beat them, in my opinion, and I think we can. In all honesty, I think we can beat the Celtics. And yeah, I don't even want to jump into that. Fuck the Celtics. But we can beat the Celtics. We beat the Bucks. We've shown that we can beat a lot of teams. Now let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's make this roster better. Let's just do it. Let's keep competing. Let's keep competing hard. And let's play to win. And I think we've been doing that over the course of the last few games. We have a decent stretch coming up. It's going to be an interesting stretch coming up. We have the Clippers next. Then come on. We got to take them down. Plus, I'm sure there's they got to be competing for us in the play-in spot. So we need a win against the Clippers, for morale's sake at least. And then we go on a road trip. And that road trip, we probably do have AD. And we get, hopefully, a chance to beat up on some teams. If that actually comes, we will see. But I'm hopeful that Lakers can continue just the positive trend that we've been on. I did not expect us to stay afloat with no AD. Damn near with no LeBron some games. And not only have we stayed afloat, but we kept our sails up high. And we're above 500, I believe, with no AD, which is crazy. And I think with AD coming back, I'm not going to say the sky is the limit, but we might be able to see some things. Let's see, man. It's at least worth a shot, and I think this is not a team to just give up on. And I hope that Rob isn't giving up right now, and it's showing that he isn't. And the fact that he only used the second-round picks, the fact that, he also, which we can talk about for just 1 second, and then I'll get out of here, he also did a move that most likely puts us in a bind for cap space next year, which I think is the better decision to do. If you look at next year's free agency, it isn't a levy of talent. So if you want to make some decisions on the roster, make some decisions now. We have AD. We got Braun locked in. We're going to keep Reeves, I hope. We can keep some foundational pieces of this roster, and then next year in free agency, build off of that foundation instead of starting anew with whatever it is, $55 million in cap that most likely is going to go back to paying our players. So the fact that he's starting to chip into next year's payroll already indicates to me that plans might have changed a little bit from what it was previously reported, and maybe we can look towards the future even in a trade. Maybe we could take on a trade that isn't an expiring contract. A trade that, a player's up for the extension at the end of the year. Leave the door open to more possibilities, and I think that's what we are starting to do. So I hope I'm not just making up scenarios in my head, and I hope that somewhere Rob is listening and he will make another move. Press the button, Rob. Press the button. Make the call. No sitting on your hands, please. You've been a very, very patient man. Tested my patience a lot, but I like this move. I hope I like your next one. And we will see. Guys, let me know what you think of this move. Are you excited in general? What do you think of the prospect of the Lakers playing as of late? Do you think there's still hope for us? Because I do. I really do. And AD coming back soon. What do you expect out of AD? And I guess that's the big question. Do you expect him to stay healthy? Because I don't know. I do hope we play him at the 4. I think I am there. But I guess it all really depends on the trade market. So we will find out, guys. Either way, I will be here to discuss it. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. And hey, if I don't see you, have a good day, good evening, and good night.
Yeah, I got the game all in my hand. Ooh, and yeah, pop out with the drip and make a fan drool. You could risk it if you want, this ain't no fan duel. Yeah, I'm in a Benz cool. Yeah, stepping for the breeze.